Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Coughlin Crusaders Golf. Mike Galli, the head coach, joining us right now. Mike, golf season, it's a flash. It's here and it's gone, and you guys have to soak it up. But first things first, hey, the weather's been pretty darn good for golf there for Coughlin and everybody in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it has. I remember a couple of years ago when we got hit with the tropical storm, and we lost a lot of matches, and we had to do a lot of makeup. So this year, we've been pretty lucky. We had Hazleton the other night, and we got into a little bit of a lightning storm. But besides that, everything's been great. A little too hot for my liking, but besides that, everything's been good.
Well, out to a good start, the Crusaders are. Let's talk about your team this year. Do you have a good senior leadership? Do you have a mix of upper and underclassmen? Tell us about the Coughlin Crusaders golf team.
Yeah, we have a great mix, I believe. We have everybody back from last year. We have 4 seniors with Tyler Kurilla, Collin Krokos, Billy Mills, Josh Gartley, really helping us out, and an outstanding junior and Ryan Keys, who's been playing great golf. We're pretty good at the top. Seniors, juniors, and another junior, Marco Deluca, who's been helping us out a lot. So, we're pretty balanced, but, we're very top-heavy with the seniors this year. This is, so.
How about coaching golf? Tell us about what it's like to coach golf, because, you could say, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, but at some point, the guys got to get out there and hit the course for most of the summer to kind of improve their game.
Absolutely. The kids really aren't going to improve that much during the season. It's definitely, an individual sport when it comes to that. They're going to, definitely get better throughout the summer. So you could tell really how much the kids put into it over the summer, So where you left them off last year and you see them, the following year, it's you can tell who really put the effort in and, who's made strides and who was just happy with where they were at.
Mike, during the course of a match or practice, different things, talk about the pointers or the different things you're trying to tell your guys, what you can do, what you can't do. Tell us about some of the things that being a golf coach, maybe the average person has no idea.
What I try to do is I just try to stress the fundamentals, putting, chipping, you have to be good at your short game, especially when you're playing some of the country clubs around here, Fox Hill, Iron. They could really take a beating on you if you're not a good putter or chipper. So, I just try to let them know from my experience, how to do those things and, properly play, be a gentleman, know the rules and, to help each other out and just play the game the right way. That's what I really strive to do. And, if I could get that across to the kids, win or lose, I think, I'm doing my job.
Mike, let's talk a little bit about your golf background. Tell us about where you played and what you loved about the game and some people that you looked up to and kind of were your mentors.
Well, growing up, I was a soccer player actually in high school, but I really have always golfed, and a lot of my friends, in high school, I played with after school, and I think I'm part of the Tiger Woods generation. I grew up loving him, and still root for him to this day. So, I'm pretty much self-taught. Tried to, learn the game. I try to get pointers from my friends, looking at stuff online, and, reading books, doing all those types of things. So, I love the game, and I will say it's the most stressful game I've ever played in my life, and it's not an easy game to grasp. Some people might come naturally. To me, it didn't. But I will say one thing. I don't know if there's a greater game out there besides golf. I love it.
I guess there's 2 different ways your kids on your team could look at it. Like, hey, this guy, he wasn't a golfer that much, but at the same time, here's a guy who didn't golf, maybe in high school or at the collegiate level, but at the same time, he picked up the game and he's really taught himself, and there's some respect factor, I'm sure, with that. Tell us about how you have that relationship with your kids and talk about the game itself.
Yeah, that's one of the things I try to tell them, too. I'm like, listen, this game did not come easy to me. So I try to say, hey, listen, I went through it all. I remember when I was hitting slices that was, I was a danger to be on the course. So I try to just, teach them from my experience, like what I used to do wrong. And now, I think that's one thing about, being a golfer who the game didn't really come too easy, is that I can, teach them from my experience ways in which to improve the swing and things like that. So, sometimes if it came to me easier, then I could say, hey, I can't really help you. It was easier, but I've been through at the bottom and working my way up. So hopefully, my the struggles that I went through might make it actually easier for them.
Mike, when you talk about the competition in the league itself, and of course when you guys get to districts, a lot of times you're looking up at some of these teams. Usually Sam and Prep have a pretty good hold on things over the years, or Holy Redeemer has been as good on the state level and what they've done. They look like they've graduated some of that talent over the last couple of years, but just trying to compete at a high level with your guys. And I think you feel you guys have that opportunity this season.
I do. I think I have a really good team. We've going to be, last 3 years we were in the title, and so a lot of kids on my team have been there for a couple of years, so they know what it's be like in a big match. You're going to have Scranton Prep, or Abington Heights, one of those big schools, if you get past, the Wyoming Valley Conference, and you expect them to be there. In our conference, Crestwood, they have a great team. They always have a great team. They have a great coach, and Coach Jerome, so you know what you're going to get. But for some other teams, you have ups and downs. For Redeemer, they might not be as good as they have been in years past, but man, have they been good. So for us, we're happy where we're at, but a lot of it's kind of cyclical. Sometimes you have some great years, and then other times, you don't have the talent. So, I can understand where some of those other teams are, but it just seems like certain teams like Scranton Prep, man, they're loaded every year.
Well, Mike, we appreciate you taking some time out and joining us and talking a little bit about the Coughlin Crusaders golf team, and we wish you well the rest of the season.
Well, thank you, John. I appreciate it.
Mike Galli, the head coach of the Coughlin Crusaders here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.